about one more week out, and it's going to be Easter and Good Friday and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully we will be able to take off our coats and our hats and our gloves, and everybody's still wearing boots. In Chicago, we wear the Timbs, you know what I mean? So, and New York, they do it a little different on the East Coast. They wear their Timbs until they're for 10 years in a row. Like you know a New Yorker wearing Timbs and a Chicago one, because we always have like a fresh pair of Timbs.
Fresh pair of Timbs.
New Yorkers, they wear their Timbs until there's no more sole on the Timbs.
And in LA, they wear Uggs. So
yeah,
it's
right.
different.
Jesse Jackson Jr. is out of jail, and I'm sure he's happy. Didn't really spend too much time. I think like 17 months. Actually, that's a long time, I think, for the former congressman. He was met by some of his family members and was released from an Alabama federal prison this week. And he said that he's very happy. And according to the Chicago Tribune, Jesse Jackson Jr. says that I've made mistakes, and I'm prayerful, and I'm hopeful that we're a country of second chances, and that the American people and the people of the city of Chicago will consider me for a second chance, the former congressman said on this week. So he's out, and so he's with family. But the only thing he did mention is that he was not able to visit his ailing grandmother, to be able to visit her. So he's at a place now where he's trying to get his life back in order, and we wish the former congressman well. Okay, real quickly on the story about, we were talking before we went to the break, the guy in Detroit, because we were talking about Chicagoans being stopped more so than anybody else in the, African Americans being stopped more than anybody else in the city. But we were talking about that whole frisk and stop and frisk. What happened to this guy?
Well, there was a writer that said there's a Ferguson in every city if you look closely enough. And I think he was right when you talk about ACLU stop and frisk going on in Chicago. And then you got this guy in Detroit, was driving down the street in a Cadillac, was pulled over, opened the door. As soon as he opens the door, the officers say, put your hands in the air. He puts his hands in the air. The officers say they only saw one of his hands was visible. Run up on the car, they pull him out of the car. Officer puts him in a chokehold, immediately punching him 16 times in the head. The guy says, I can't breathe, please stop.
Another I can't breathe.
I can't breathe situation. So they begin to punch him. His partner comes out, tases the guy 3 times. Backup is on the scene. Now you have a total of 6 officers, all of them Caucasian, beating on this man. And then after the case, so they said they pulled him over because his car fit a description. Then they said it was also because he seemed like he was running away from the police because he didn't stop at a stop sign. But the judge threw out all the charges against him because they felt like there was no grounds to say that he was running away from the police. At any rate, at the end of the whole case, they said that they found a bag of crack cocaine in his car.
Oh, wow.
The guy said, you guys planted that on me. I insist on you guys doing a drug test on me. The drug test came back as clean as his criminal record.
Wow.
So his criminal record's clean. There was no drug test. And one of the officers who assaulted him has a history of planting drugs and planting evidence.
Yeah.
But he was found not guilty in other cases of doing that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
a lot to follow.
A lot to follow, and really rough stuff. And man, let me tell you something. We just all have to just be careful. You got to be careful because, man, we just got to be. You never know what's going on. But my thing is, we need to kind of find some kind of common ground on how police actually deal with situations and when they actually stop and frisk or that whatever they do, they need to change their tactics.
Absolutely.
All right. There you go. Thanks, Dome. Real quickly, it's time for sports. There's a lot going on in sports. Brittany, can you take us where we need to go? A lot happening in March Madness, a lot going on, and spring training is about to end. So what's happening in sports?
Well, with March Madness, it's going into the Elite Eight. Tonight they have Arizona versus Wisconsin, Notre Dame versus Kentucky, and which I know Wisconsin is your trainer's favorite team.
Yeah. My therapist, she's a Badger. She's like, and every time I go in, she's badgering my damn arm. She's badgering it. With her and her damn red. But yeah, her and her husband they love the Wisconsin Badgers, but they're playing Arizona, right? And now the upsets. Any upsets? Thus far that people are saying, well, wow, I didn't know that happened to that team.
Well, I mean, from what I've seen, there's been a lot of. At first, you think they're going to beat somebody. UNC almost beat Wisconsin.
I like how you said that, almost.
Almost didn't,
yeah,
but it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't.
But they came rushing back with Sam Decker, who had a career high of 23 points and 10 rebounds, and he was on the paint for 9 of 9 in shooting.
Wow.
So they came back strong because UNC actually, one of them, Marcus Page, he had hit consecutive three-pointers and got UNC within 1 point in 54 seconds, but then the Wisconsin got all 8 of their free throws.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, so
these damn Badgers.
They're unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, but so Kentucky's doing well.
Yes, Kentucky's doing well. They won their 37th straight, and they're going against Notre Dame. I know there's some Notre Dame fans probably out here.
There's a lot of Notre Dame fans out here. You already know. I'm just not really riding that ship with them. I'm not just going to. I don't know.
It's their first Elite 8 in 36 years.
Well, who cares? my thing is, and I'm sure we've got some people who do, but I'm just not a big fan of.
Now, if they win tonight, that would be a big upset.
That would be big, and we'll be talking about that next, right?
Yeah.
So what about on the other side now? We got Michigan State, the surprising Michigan State, and I've always been a big, huge Michigan State fan.
I know you told me you want them to win it all.
I feel like they could. I actually will see Michigan State going against Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Now, that's my call. I'm going to call it now. You guys hear me? I'm calling it.
Okay.
All right, so let's remember that. All right, so I'm not going to go back on that. I'm not going to renege, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Well, they're going against Louisville tomorrow. And so.
And a lot of talk, too, coming out of that camp was John Calipari. Now, John Calipari, the head coach from Kentucky, I mean, let me just say about this guy's track record. He's done a great job as just coaching Kentucky. Even before that, he's got a really good, college coaching record. I remember John Calipari, though, when he coached back in the day, the New Jersey Nets, when the Nets were playing against the Chicago Bulls, the mighty Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan. And I remember that we met them. I do remember, I think it was the 1998 season when we beat them. I believe it was either the first round. They had Jason Williams playing, and it was really interesting because here's the thing. John Calipari at that time was running up and down. He was so theatrical on the court, and it was one game that I think we swept them. I may be wrong now. I think we ended up sweeping these guys. And Michael Jordan in one part of the game was coming down the court, and he was pointing his finger, but he was actually like he was pointing at John Calipari, like, get this guy away from, because he's all open up and down the place. He's all over. Sit down. Sit down, John.
And then he was removed because Michael Jordan told him to get out.
Yeah, and so now they're saying that he could be the next, be joining the coach in the NBA again.
Oh,
so a lot of people are thinking that he's going to make that run, but we don't know. Let's talk about real quickly the playoffs with the Bulls. The Bulls, they're looking pretty good right now, right?
They are, and they're going against the Knicks, who aren't looking good. And they already clinched their their playoff berth. So, yeah, they're looking pretty good. They're playing much better, more cohesive, better defensively.
And I think that's what it's all about, because the bottom line is defense wins games. I really do believe that. And the Bulls are kind of like a defensive team. I mean, we've always kind of built off of defense. Yeah, offense is great. Offense basically sells tickets. Defense wins games. So let's look and see. Now, I don't like this whole Derrick Rose thing. And see, it's all I got problems. Even I got nightmares at night thinking about him coming back. Derrick Rose coming back. Yeah, he practiced. Oh, come on, guys. We're happy that he practiced. But is this early? Is this too prematurely? Is he coming back? Is he going to be able to play? Is he going to be able to make a difference? Is he going to be able to make them to be able to keep within that intensity that they have, or is he going to make the team slower? We don't know what's going to happen with D Rose, but I'm very nervous about that. So we got two, right? So we don't know. No,
we don't. They said he's coming back in probably a week.
Can I say a week? Okay, Here's the crazy part about that. Playoffs start when? It's basically we got 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks, and then we're kind of like somewhere around there going into it. I don't know. I'm very nervous about it.
Yeah, he hasn't played in a while, and he said he has no soreness, but, I mean, he said stuff like that before. And
yeah, he's always said different things, and then something always happens. So I'm just going to be quiet on that and just see what happens. But I'm just going to say this. The playoffs and the regular season are two different things.
Yes.
Regular season ball is regular season ball, but when you get into the playoffs, and especially in the NBA, you got to beat a team at least 4 times.
Yeah.
And you can have the best record in the NBA. You can have home court, but that can be easily taken away from you. I've seen it happen. The San Antonio Spurs, they don't care about the regular season. Okay, they're the defending champs. They actually go into it looking like, okay, we're gonna give this guy this amount of minutes. You're gonna play this amount of minutes. You're gonna play Timmy. You're not gonna play this amount of minutes. Manu, we're gonna play you here, and that's what Pop does. And then when they get ready to get into the playoffs, everybody's like, dang.
Exactly.
Oh, what happened here? You see, what had happened was the Spurs was resting up, you see. Okay. That's enough of that. I'm getting ready for baseball real quickly. I'm a Chicago White Sox fan. You know, you guys, I mean, I know the Cubs are up north, and I know they just exist with us, but they haven't won a damn championship in over 100 years. Okay, so what makes you think they're going to win this year? Over here. What are we going to do with this guy? Is the D-Stone Pony Show? I don't know. We'll be back in a minute. Thank you very much, Brittany. Okay. Over here, it's the D-Stone Pony Show. 312-564-7375. It's time for entertainment with my man Reese over here, and it's got some juicy stuff going on. What's happening, man, this week in entertainment?
Man, hey, Stone, did you hear about Oprah Winfrey? She had a online auction yard sale.
Wait a minute, Oprah had a yard sale.
Yes.
I bet you that's one of those yard sales that you don't want to miss. Because you know she ain't going to just have any kind of, because you can go to some yard sales, right? And they got nothing but garbage. You know, they got garbage. They'll be like, man, I'm not buying that. But if you went to an Oprah Winfrey yard sale, you know she's going to be having like sofas, you know, like probably, you know, furs.
And you know what? You never know what you're going to get.
So what happened?
And honestly, she had some nude sculptures that were for sale.
And
it revealed that Oprah was a freak.
You know, oh no! Wait a minute! Get the hell up out of here, bro! Wait, no!
Yeah.
Wait a minute! Hold on! Let's go back. Hold on, bro. Are we talking about the same Oprah Winfrey?
We talking about Oprah Harpo, the color purple Oprah?
Yeah.
Yes.
So she has nude sculptures.
She has nude sculptures, and they all range from maybe they all range from $800 to $120,000.
Okay, so she's kind of freaky, and you know what? You can always tell. Oprah ain't fooling nobody, y'all. Oprah is not fooling anybody because Oprah has been going around here for like years acting like she going with Stedman. You know what I'm saying? like Stedman is her guy. You know what I mean?
Don't peep this.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Oprah. Maybe she needs help. Maybe she needs to talk to Dr. Phil. maybe Dr. Phil needs to invite Oprah on the show.
I don't know.
Oprah, let's talk about these sculptures, girl. My thing is, I want to see the sculptures. I want to know what's Oprah into. Then again, Reese, I don't know. Let me take that back.
Mythological sculptures.
Yeah, let me take that back.
A naked painting of a woman, and plus she had a weight set.
Was it Gail?
That was Dusty.
That's what I want to know. Was this naked painting of a woman? Was it Gail? Gail was her.
She had a weight set that had dust on it, and it was brand new.
That's not alarming to me because Oprah is not fooling anybody. We know Oprah does not work out. She works out at these restaurants. You understand me? But the thing is with her, well, you know what? If it was to raise money, but my thing is, why would she sell it? Oprah don't need no money.
I have no idea where the online sale came from. Nobody knows. She just had it.
Okay.
And she had a lot of things, but that was the most thing that stood out to everybody.
Oh,
it was more shocking instead of like, oh, okay, just a typical yard sale where you give out a couple of old shirts and sofas and chairs of those sorts.
All right, so happy for Oprah. Lauryn Hill, one of my good friends, is in the news. What's going on with her?
Man, Lauryn Hill her album will be archived in the Library of Congress. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, her first and only solo album.
Her first and only album, and I'm very upset about Lauryn Hill about this. I'm going to tell you how many letters I wrote to her when she went off and smoked all that marijuana and she went and got pregnant and had all those kids. I was upset. I mean, because I was with her with the Fugees and Wyclef in the beginning, and then she sprang and had that solo album. That album was like dynamite. She won all them damn Grammys, remember? Yeah. And after that, man, it was all about smoking weed and having babies.
Hey, smoking weed and having babies is in 2015.
I guess.
So what can you say?
I don't know. Not too much. What else you got?
Man, but you know that the Library of Congress, they choose only 25 albums per year. So,
that's pretty.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill was inducted.
So she made it, though. Yeah, that's kind of unique.
Lauryn Hill, they made it.
Oh, good for her.
And the album has to be of culturally and historically relevance. Okay. And it has to be 10 years old.
It's got to be 10 years old. So, yeah, that album came out a long damn time ago now.
Sesame Street is on it with her, too.
Yeah.
They're actually one of the inductees.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's actually weird.
Sesame Street and Lauryn Hill all going in at the same time, huh?
Yeah.
Well, also this week, and I know we talked about this, Chance the Rapper, Chicago's very own Chance the Rapper, that a lot of people don't know about. This guy here, phenomenal artist, performed at Lollapalooza, I believe, last year, and was on Letterman this past week with Action Bronson. That's the guy who is like, you got to Google this guy. He's a New York big old dude. He loves to cook. He loves to eat.